Hello guys, I'm Gaming, and today I'm reacting to Man Finally Finds True Love by DharMannStudios. As well as the next channel and the video description. As always, let's begin. Shall we?
So, what? No, 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 no!
Friday afternoon. It's almost the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that you submitted your report. You're so good at everything. Do you have any fun plans this weekend?
Finally. Bye.
Kevin, congrats on making partner at your firm.
Congrats, man.
You really deserve it.
Thanks, guys. I put in a lot of hours for a very long time. I guess it really does pay off, huh?
Yeah, I've been complaining about this job for a year. It's about time you finally made partner.
Thanks, man. Really. So, how are you guys doing, huh? I mean, look at you, man. You got your tan back and everything. Nice.
I'm just happy to do my work, go home, ride the waves. Never gets old.
Till you get skin cancer.
Rude, bro. Our SBF.
Yeah. Hey, why so miserable, man?
Oh, you mean besides the obvious?
You know, I read they make special surfboards for people in wheelchairs. You should come out with me one day.
You think I'm gonna surf? Are you out of your mind?
Dude, your brother is just trying to be helpful.
Nobody can help me. Life is miserable.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. There's a difference between being sad about your situation and being straight up pessimistic for no reason. Like, my guy, you're just being pessimistic. They're trying to help you, like, at least be happy for them. Why do you gotta bring everyone down? And also, no one can help me, my life is miserable? Like, why so pessimistic? Like, they can help you, just let them help you. It isn't that hard. Anyway.
Okay.
Just try to lighten up, man. Be happy. You gotta find your own happy.
Yeah, it's easy to be happy when you're not stuck in a chair.
Hey, man, you want to ride?
You know my chair can't fit in there. I'm just gonna call a car.
Okay, cool. I'll wait with you.
No, all right? I just want to be alone.
Hey, man. Be safe, all right?
Yeah, text me later.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask, does this guy want his life to improve or not? Because look, I feel like everyone knows this, but if you keep insisting on your life being miserable and you don't want to change a thing, how do you expect your life to go for the better? Like, that's what I'm asking. Does this guy actually want his life to change, or does he want to stay miserable, as he calls it? Because, like, again, if you really think about it, like, this guy is essentially keeping himself miserable, because if you're not willing to accept change, if you're not willing to accept anything else, and you're insistent that you're miserable, then how will you find a better life? Anyway, let's continue.
Oh my gosh. Daniel? Is that you?
How many other ex-boyfriends do you have in a chair?
Nice to meet you. I'm Rachel's husband. And this little girl here who's fast asleep is our daughter, Kira.
Wow. Husband and kids. That's what you always wanted.
It is. Well, we're gonna get going. It was so nice to see you.
Yeah, I would say that these two pretty much showcase the difference between when you move on and when you don't move on and keep insisting that you're miserable for absolutely no reason. Because this guy insists that he stays miserable, that his life is terrible and doesn't want to improve. He simply hasn't moved on. He's probably in the same spot today as when she broke up with him. But the difference is that when she moved on, she found herself a husband and even kids. She even had kids. So, like, do you see the difference between a woman who moves on and a man who simply doesn't and keeps insisting that his life is terrible? Yeah. Anyway.
Stop the car.
Let me guess. You knew I was coming.
The spirits whispered of your arrival. Let me take your hand and take it to where your path will lead you. I see. Your lines speak clearly. You are fated for joy. Your life of happiness awaits you.
I want to ask, like, are they gonna do the move where her whole tactics thing, where her whole predicting thing works or not? Because honestly, if they make it work, I'm gonna get mad. Because let's be honest, that stuff never works, and the only time it works is pretty much only a coincidence that she just so happened to guess what was gonna happen. Because, like, let's be honest, even if you guess, you still have a chance of being correct. It's not full on zero. So, like, I really don't want this to be true. I really don't want her to be suddenly true because, like, let's be honest, those predicting things can never work. Anyway.
It's too late for that.
It's never too late. Even the darkest nights have a dawn. Joy isn't found in lamenting in the past and what could have been. Joy is found in the now, within. Happiness is a choice we make.
I thought you were supposed to help me with my problems, not just give me some vague riddles. Where's your ex?
Do I need to look for? Do you guys want me to look up what riddles are? Because this guy does not know the definition of a riddle. The woman didn't even give him a riddle. She just told him some simple advice. Where was the riddle in that? Usually a riddle is some form of question, but this isn't a question. It's not even vague. Like, do I need to give this guy a definition of a riddle, or even the definition of vague? Because it seems he got both wrong. Because her advice is straight. It's not even vague. It's straight. Anyway, let's continue.
Expert advice, huh?
What burdens you?
Look at me. Look where I'm sitting.
I just wish I had the chance to hit redo on life. You know?
I have something that might be of interest.
Is it me, or is that woman more of a therapist than a woman who predicts stuff? Like, the woman is straight up just giving him the same advice that a therapist would give him, not just predictions or whatever.
This might speak to you.
A watch? Really?
This isn't just any watch. This will allow you to turn back time any time of your choice for 24 hours. Only 24 hours. Once the sun sets on that day, you'll return back to the present.
Seriously?
But I have to warn you, this will not bring the happiness you seek.
Whatever. Alright, just tell me how to work it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, like, especially considering the fact that it's temporary and that you'll be forced out. I would say that this only works if you're wondering to yourself, what have I done wrong to be at this point? Like, if someone's asking themselves what they did wrong, then yeah, I would say that this type of stuff would work. But for him, like, what does he seek exactly? What does he want? What does he want that this thing would fulfill? Because again, it would fulfill the whole idea of wanting to know how you ended up at this point. How did I end up becoming so miserable? When did it start? What did I do wrong? Or more accurately, what was the first thing I did wrong that led to all this? Basically, the domino effect. What was the first thing that started the chain reaction? What was it? Because guess what? Some people don't even realize that time passes by and suddenly they're miserable. So yeah, that's the type of situation where this thing would absolutely work. Anyway.
To use it, you spin the dial a full 2 turns. Shut your eyes Think of a time and place of your choice. And then poof!
Okay. Yeah, sure, lady.
But be careful, Daniel. Sometimes the past isn't meant to be altered.
Okay, now you confuse me. Can I alter the past or can I not? Because like if you guys don't understand, I mean basically what I mean is that I thought that how this worked is that you would revisit the past. Okay, you know what? If you can revisit the past, you can alter it. What was I thinking? Like maybe something along the lines of you seeing what you did back then, not like I think it would what I thought of would work is if it was you expecting the past rather than taking control of yourself, I guess. But like, look, let's be honest. Altering the past, especially if it's something that happened a long time ago, like years ago, should never happen. Like, look, let's be honest, this is general advice. If a time machine were to ever exist, changing up the past, especially something that was a long time ago, and when I say a long time ago, I mean like years old. I'm talking about that for, like, if you try to change something that far ago, what will happen is that likely you'll end up with results that you didn't intend to do. Because after all, remember, I don't know if it's I think it's the domino effect, right? Where one thing leads to another, with whether directly or indirectly. Like, I feel like people, when they think of this type of stuff, tend to forget the domino effect. Because guess what? Not every mistake you do is self-contained. Maybe that mistake led to something else, whether positive or negative, happening. Like, that's why, if a time machine were to ever exist in our lifetime, please do not use it to fix mistakes of the past. Especially ones, like, maybe ones that happened, like a few days ago or 2 weeks ago. Like, you know, a relatively small amount of time like that. Then I would say, you know what, do it. Fine, as long as it's a small mistake that doesn't do much in the grand scheme of things. But, if we're talking about something like a couple months ago, or like years ago, do not do it, because you do not know, because you know, maybe you don't remember or anything like that, what that mistake influenced. Like, trust me, there are mistakes I have made in my life personally that led to other stuff happening later, that if I were to alter that mistake, like make it not happen or stuff like that, then a lot would change today. I'm not joking, I'm talking about my personal life here. Like, there are mistakes that I've done that have changed like so much over the years, that if I were to go back and make them not happen, so much today for me would probably change. Anyway, sorry if I ranted too much.
Yeah. Easy for you to say.
Think of a time and place of your choice.
Hey, whatever happens, it won't ruin our friendship, right?
Don't worry about it. When I get the job, I won't rub your face in it.
All right. Kevin, congratulations. You got the job.
Sorry, you didn't get the job.
It should have been me. Why, Kevin? Why does Kevin get everything?
You'll get the next one.
Yeah, right. You know, maybe I spent too much time on this relationship and not enough time on my work.
Yeah, we can see the problem here, buddy. We can definitely see the problem. This guy has always been pessimistic from the beginning. Now, I'm not saying that someone should be super optimistic and hope everything ends up right in the end, because guess what? Some stuff does go wrong with no optimism, with nothing good happening, but like, not even to this level. Like, you know the two extremes of extreme optimism where you think, don't worry, everything will end up fine in the end. No, not everything ends up fine in the end. Some stuff goes bad and stays bad. Not everything ends up fine in the end. Like, I'm sure if you've lived long enough, or if you've experienced tragic events in your life, I'm sorry if that happened to you, then you probably know what I mean. And obviously the same thing about pessimism. If you keep insisting that everything is gone wrong, everything will be the opposite of fine, everything will be terrible, I will be miserable, that will also lead you to the opposite, where your life can never improve. Like, I guess too much optimism can lead to, I guess, naivete. It's either naivete or ignorance, maybe something like that. But for pessimism, it's definitely not changing, because if you keep insisting on being pessimistic, not only will your life not change if it's actually miserable, but also you might do some stuff wrong. Like, yeah, sometimes you didn't get the job the first time, and it's not like you can't get it the second. It's not like you can't get another job. It's not like it's the only job in the world, buddy. Anyway.
It's not like I asked you to do that.
Whatever. I'm sorry I said that. I'm going for a ride.
Again, I have to ask, does the watch make him go back to the future or just revisit it or like remember it? Sorry, the past. Like, is the watch supposed to be him just remembering the past or spectating the past or him actually revisiting the past? Like, which one is it?
No turning back.
Why is it no turning? Okay. Like, it's very obvious that the main problem is his pessimistic attitude, because if he wasn't pessimistic, he probably wouldn't have been in this situation at all. He'd still be with his girlfriend. In fact, he'd probably have married her by that point. Like, the main problem is his mentality. His mentality is basically the first thing to cause the domino effect. I guess it's not really the domino effect in his case, but, like, you know what I mean. Like, I would say that, again, his pessimistic attitude is basically the only thing that caused it. I don't even know if I'm saying something revolutionary. I feel like anyone can catch on to the fact that his pessimistic attitude was what caused all this. Like, I'm pretty sure if he wasn't pessimistic, he'd not only have been looking for a second job instead of being so what's the word for it? So butthurt over it. But also, he'd have actually proposed. Like, he already had the ringer and everything. Just propose, my man. Like, when you can turn back every little problem that happened to you or every little mistake you made to your attitude, then yeah, you definitely made some huge mistakes. Anyway.
No turning back.
This is so stupid. It worked. It worked.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're telling me he has been pessimistic for 10 years? Like, what do I call it? How much self-hatred do you have in yourself for you to have stayed pessimistic and made yourself even more miserable for 10 years straight? Like, I wouldn't have been as surprised if it was like, 3 years may be a little too close. Like, 5 years would have been a good number, but 10? How much self-hatred do you have in yourself? Or, like, pessimism do you have to the point that you never change your life in 10 years? Anyway.
Only 24 hours. Once the sun sets on that day, you'll return back to the present.
Then that in 24 hours. That's at most. Like, maybe 10 hours to 12. Depending on what time of day it is right now. Once the sun sets, that's not 24 hours. Unless he woke up after the sunset and then was able to sleep and to go to sleep and go back, that wouldn't be 24 hours. So she basically lied. Anyway.
I have to get that interview. You're weirdly happy today?
Today's going to be a great day.
Hey,
Just wanted to wish you luck in the interview. Hey, bro, whoever gets it deserves it. So I just hope it won't change our friendship.
Of course not, man. Hey, don't worry about it. I'll meet you there.
Good luck.
I mean, he'll of course learn and not be so pessimistic and butthurt about something that fate, that destiny happened to have store for him, right? Right? Yeah. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? I'm not even doing that joke. Or maybe I'll do it later. But like, my God, the main problem is that you didn't fix your attitude. I think his main problem is the fact that he doesn't realize that his mentality is the whole reason he's here in the first place. Like, yes, a change like this would work if he recognized why he's in this in the first place, but if he repeats the same mistakes, then I honestly don't even know what to say to him at that point.
Hey, I'm gonna take the car today.
Really? You love showing that thing off. Good luck today.
Won't need it.
Wait a second, now that I think about it, what is he planning to do for him to nail that interview? Because, like, unless he does something to Kevin, Kevin is gonna get that no matter what. You have not changed a damn thing for you to suddenly be the one who gets the job.
Interview in 10.
Yep, mine's right after yours.
Hey, man. We're always gonna be buds, right?
Don't worry about it. It's just one job. Hey, could you grab us some coffee? On me.
Yeah, of course. I've been up all night worrying. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Really, bro? Really? So you basically decided to ruin his chances. Are you kidding me? Out of all the things you decided to do, you know what? Fine, let's just go on with it. Anyway.
I totally blew it. I didn't have my resume or the samples that they requested. And I swear I put them in my bag this morning.
Don't worry. I'm sure those things don't matter.
All right, gentlemen. Congratulations, Daniel. The position is yours. Hey, we really value your organization and your sense of responsibility. We'll be in touch. All right.
Congratulations, Daniel. You deserve this.
You're brilliant, man. You'll get the next one. I know it.
To your new position.
Come on, propose right now.
I've been thinking.
Wait a minute, now that I think about it, why hasn't the timer run out yet? Didn't the woman say when the sun sets? Because look, let's be honest. The sun sets thing and the 24 hours thing are pretty much a contradiction. Because guess what? If you were to wake up in the morning and then only have the thing work until the sun sets at that day, that isn't 24 hours. Unless he got to start the day before and then do the day after and stuff like that, it won't be 24 hours. It'll just be like 10 to 12 hours, of course, depending on if you're in the summer or winter and other stuff like that. But like, genuinely, this is a contradiction. Like, I don't understand. Why is DharMann doing contradictions lately? For some reason, lately, he's been doing contradictions. Like, I've been reacting to him for like a year or so, and let me tell you that so far, the most I've ever criticized, or like the biggest thing I've criticized, were the coincidences that he would come up with just to make the story progress. But nowadays, for some reason, he has contradictions. Sometimes without the coincidence, sometimes with the coincidence. Like, why suddenly introduce contradictions? Like DharMann, coincidences are one thing, contradictions are another. Because with coincidences, you put in coincidences to make the story flow and make it, plausible somehow. But with contradictions, like, you're telling me you didn't even look at your own script? Like, someone would have needed to look at that script to make sure there isn't a contradiction. Because again, when the sun sets at that day and 24 hours, both of those are contradictions. They cannot be the same. They cannot exist in the same, like, paragraph or the same sentence without them being contradictions. Anyway.
Thinking about our relationship.
Me too. Will you marry me?
But we've been on such different pages lately.
We could finally start a family together. Kids, house, the whole thing. It's what you've always wanted.
Yes. Sure.
Look, I'll be honest, I feel like he'll still screw it up in the end because here's the thing. His mentality of pessimism never changed. Like, he pretty much ruined Kevin's chance. Again, he could find another job, but, like, you know what I mean? And, like, yeah, it simply just doesn't work like that because, again, his mentality, which was what caused all this, never really changed. So, yeah, I want to know what will happen, honestly.
24 hours, this will be real. Can't believe this worked.
I did it. Fixed everything.
Good morning, boss. Looking sharp, Daniel.
Good morning. Can I get you some coffee?
That'd be great. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, bro. Still coming by tonight?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Awesome. See you later. Bring me something to eat?
Oh, yeah, sure thing.
Let me guess, it's gonna turn out to be Kevin?
Sir. Excuse me. Sir. Hey, sir.
Kevin?
Hey, man.
How did this happen? Like, what are you doing out here?
Life is tough, man. You know, after I lost that job from you, everything went downhill. I honestly thought that working really hard would make me a success. But when I lost that position, I realized that it wasn't true. I just didn't care about trying anymore. I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry I stopped talking to you after that. It wasn't you. I couldn't handle it. I was jealous.
Wow. So, essentially, both of them had the same problem, huh? Like, both of them had the exact same problem where they turned pessimistic. I guess you could say that at least when it comes to Daniel's situation, he at least was ended up a little better, like he didn't go straight up homeless. But like, I don't really know. But honestly, I feel like at this point, instead of him just turning back time again, because I don't know how that will change a thing, since now, that is the past. Unless he intentionally sabotages himself, there's no way he's altering it. Now, if you're asking what I'm talking about, like, you know, now that I think about it, he can basically alter the past at any moment, now that I think about it. But, like, genuinely, I feel like at this point you should just take him in, try to find him a job, stuff like that. After all, he's still, Kevin still has the experience, right? Anyway.
I feel awful, all right? You shouldn't be out here. Please. Please take this.
No, don't. You earned that job. Fair and square. I have to live with the consequences. I'm sure that I'll figure it out.
What? What do you mean you'll figure it out? Another contradiction. You're telling me you'll figure it out, and yet you stop trying. You stop trying to figure it out. That's why you're homeless. Why do you refuse help? You're in a single situation where you need it. Take any help you can get. Don't stop trying to act as if you can fix it single-handedly. Why? Anyway.
Somehow.
Wow. This is so good. Where are the kids?
At my mom's.
Okay. So, how was your day?
Miserable. Again. Don't act all shocked, Daniel. We have this talk all the time.
What talk? I don't understand. Why are you so upset?
Fine. Let's rehash it all again. You are always working at your big, fancy job. And I'm always at home, taking care of all of our kids. All by myself. I'm losing myself.
But this house, this food. I thought you'd be happy. We're in love, aren't we? We're happy.
You're not happy. Don't you see that? Marrying you was the biggest mistake of my life. I loved you as a friend. I only did it because I felt trapped. You knew I wanted kids.
I...
Don't act like you didn't know that. You knew I wanted to break up with you, and instead of talking about that, you proposed? And I said yes because I am such an idiot.
Please, Rachel. What can I do? There must be something.
She'll just a yup. I don't even need to say it.
It's too late. No.
Run after her now.
I am so happy to be here. You wouldn't believe the dinner I just had.
I'm in the bedroom.
Rachel was so mad. I honestly don't think that marriage is gonna last.
I guess not everything's perfect.
I can't hear you. Can you come in here?
It's so early. Why are you already in bed? Oh, you're so... What? No.
Bro, you know I can't really see you, so tell me why you're so freaked out.
How did this happen?
What, did you forget or something? That day you took my car, I borrowed your bike. And, well, ended up like this.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
For what? It wasn't your fault. Oh, did you forget to bring me food?
Sorry, I forgot.
Bro, it's fine. We can order something. You're being so weird. Hey, did you hear they make surfboards for paraplegics now? I'm totally gonna try that. Can't you see me surfing the waves? Bro, what is going on? Why are you being so weird?
Okay. I'm gonna go on a bit before I talk.
How are you? So happy.
Didn't we have this talk like 10 years ago?
Simple, because he moved on. He decided, you know what, I may be blind, I may be disabled, but I'm gonna make the best of it.
Sorry, I don't know if I asked you directly.
You think I should be miserable just because I'm in a wheelchair and I can't see perfectly anymore? Life doesn't end just because you have a disability. It just changes.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
In life, you just have to play the cards you're dealt. There's no going back to change things. There's only forward. And forward is looking pretty good to me.
At first, I was like, you know what, don't go back, you know, your life is pretty good. Like, Kevin pretty much did it to himself, I guess. Like, yeah, you took the job from him in a rather unprofessional way, I'm gonna say that, like that. But, like, him being in his situation isn't necessarily your fault. But I want to ask, like, just because you borrowed the motorcycle, like, really? Look, let's not act as if that's directly his fault, because here's the thing. He decided, you know what, I borrowed the bike and I ended up being, you know, being disabled and having to use a wheelchair. I'm gonna use the car. You know, makes total sense. He didn't sabotage anyone directly. Like, the reason why I blame him for Kevin, why I have blamed him for Kevin, but not for his brother, is quite simple. It's because of the fact that for Kevin, you directly sabotaged Kevin by throwing away his resume. But also, like, the reason why I only half blame him is because of the fact that, yes, even though he did sabotage Kevin, that wasn't what led to Kevin being homeless. What led to it was Kevin just deciding, you know what, I'm not gonna try. I am done. Like, the guy is like, I'll figure it out. When you'll figure it out, like, you just remember 10 years later? And for his brother, like, yeah, I can't blame him for it, because, like, he just took the car. It's not like he directly sabotaged his brother or anything. He could never do that. And also the kids, like, of course, like, of course he's gonna be the absent father, of course. Anyway.
You grow up.
Honestly, if I was him, I honestly wouldn't blame him if he decided to go back in time at this point, because, like, I don't know if he can do it, but if he can go back in time, I honestly would not blame him. Like, the only thing that I would change is that, first of all, do not ride that bike. I do not care if someone steals it. The value of a bike, of a motorcycle, whatever, I guarantee you, the value of a motorcycle, whatever, is not worth as much as being able to walk without wheelchairs. I can guarantee you that much. And also, when it comes to the resume, again, like, yeah, well, he did directly sabotage Kevin. I'm only gonna half blame him for it, since, again, Kevin not trying is on him, not on Daniel. Anyway.
You're being, like, so weird tonight. So, Chinese or maybe Indian? I'm starving.
Yeah, whatever you want. Please, I need to change everything back.
I thought I'd be seeing you. The spirits whispered you'd be near.
You were right, okay? I thought changing the past would make everything better, but it'd make me happy, but everything's worse. I just want the people I love to be happy again. Just tell me I can change it back, please.
There's a way. Reverse the watch back to its original time. Rewind it 2 turns. Shut your eyes and think back to before. And then poof, raise your hands.
Let me guess, he's gonna go to that woman who was inviting him in the beginning?
Great.
Yep.
Video.
Yep.
I'm sure you're gonna love it.
Alrighty, so anyways, I'm gonna say that if you wanted to change the past, the only thing I would make him change personally is him not riding the motorcycle. That's the only thing I would change. Him not riding the bike. That is the only genuine thing that I changed. Now, since DharMann is using this type of screen, I'm gonna have to go back to a moment because guess what? If I'm gonna have the end screen, I definitely can't have it over another video or it's gonna look weird. So, yeah, I would say that this is a good moment. So, anyways, back back to what I was saying. So I would say that my main problem with it is the fact that, like, I want to go back to honestly, like, when he did the whole thing with his girlfriend at the time, because I want to know, when did she say that she didn't like their relationship? Like, like, first of all, I would say that when it comes to Kevin and his brother, I would say that I could only half blame him for Kevin, and I wouldn't blame him at all for his brother. Why? Quite simple. First of all, because of the fact that when it comes to Kevin, like, yeah, well, he did sabotage Kevin. Again, it's not like that's the only job in existence or anything. It's not like the job he got is the only job in existence. Like, Kevin could have easily just tried to work again. Again, it's not like it's the only job in existence, dude. Just find another one. And so, like, I can only half blame him for Kevin. Because, yes, while Kevin's situation might be a little worse, he still would not didn't have to be as bad as being homeless. And also, what do I say? Oh yeah, when it comes to his brother, like, yeah, I don't blame him because all he did was just take the car instead. He didn't know that his brother would be the one going in resulting in an accident instead. And like, I would say that again, if I wanted to change one thing, I would make him so that he took an Uber instead of the motorcycle. That's the only thing I would make him change, because like, he can have, like, yeah, he wouldn't be in it with his girlfriend in the end because his situation. And honestly, I want to go back just to know what this guy pretty much did. Like, what's up with him and the whole girlfriend thing? Like, may I ask, like, what's up with him and the whole girlfriend thing? Let's go back to it.
Whatever.
What the?
Maybe I spent too much time on this relationship.
The next.
It should have been me. Why, Kevin? Why does Kevin get everything?
You'll get the next one.
Yeah, right. You know, maybe I spent too much time on this relationship and not enough time on my work.
Should I call this a contradiction? Like, he says relationship, as in boyfriend and girlfriend, you know? And also, like, let's be honest, because dating exists, we don't live in the times anymore where you like a woman as a friend and then you feel like you like her more than that and then you decide to propose. Those days have been gone for like at least half a century, like at least since the 1970s. Like, I don't know when dating got popular exactly, but the moment it got popular, the moment that type of thing disappeared, because if a man has stronger feelings for a woman, then guess what? He isn't gonna propose to her anymore. No, he's gonna ask her out, and then who knows when he'll propose to her? Like, who knows? But like, I would say that it does. I don't know when she had the expression of, I don't know if this could work or not. I honestly don't know when she did.
So like, I asked you to do that.
Oh wait a minute. What did she say?
Maybe I spent too much time on this relationship and not enough time on my work.
So like, I asked you to do that.
What does she mean by that? Does she mean that she was basically pressured into being his girlfriend or something? Like, if she was, then it would be check out instead of being a contradiction. But at the same time, it's how could she be pressured or forced to be his girlfriend? Like, it doesn't seem like the type would force someone to do that. And you can, like, she can just refuse. Like, a proposal is like, there's a difference between a proposal and then asking someone out. Because here's the thing, like, I feel like someone being asked out and them refusing is become pretty normal. But when it comes to a proposal, I can understand that she said yes, whether she wanted to or not, because there's always that pressure whenever there's a proposal of say yes. Because guess what? Everyone around you will expect you to say yes. Of course, the person who proposed will obviously expect you to say yes. If there are family members around you, they'll expect you to say yes as well. I understand the pressure there, but where was the pressure when he asked her out? Like, she didn't have to be his girlfriend if she didn't want to. So either it's a contradiction or her becoming his girlfriend in the first place doesn't make any sort of sense. Which one is it? I honestly do not know. Like, usually I can point out a contradiction like I just did with the whole 24 hours and the sun sets thing. But like, I honestly don't really know at this one. Whether it's a contradiction or her being pressured into being his girlfriend, I honestly do not know. And also, like, I have a question. Like, what did he do for his job to be like that? Like, I feel okay. Like, I feel like the only reason they did the whole thing with him being focused too much on work is because they wanted to make sure that every part of his supposed better future was bad. Not because it made any logical sense. Because what about his job implied that it would take a lot of time from him. Yeah, I feel like this is pretty much a contrived because of the fact that, like, I don't know about jobs and all that, but like, why? I feel like they forced the whole thing about him spending too much time at work. I feel like they forced that one just to make sure that every part of his life was miserable. I feel like that's basically the only reason. Like, genuinely think about it. Think about it. I feel like the only reason he did this, where his wife is honestly just done with their marriage because he barely spends any time with her and the kids. Like, I feel like they only added that to make sure that every part of his life was miserable. Not that, oh yeah, his love life still goes well, even though Kevin is not in the best state, and his brother and, Daniel's brother is not in the best state. Like, again, I feel like they only did this to make sure that his life was miserable all around. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing I'd call contrived. Like, yeah, when it comes to being blind and being in a wheelchair, like, if that guy went in, like, if Daniel went into a wheelchair because of the accident, then his brother going into a wheelchair being blind doesn't sound too far-fetched. And Kevin, he pretty much gave up trying, which was his fault. But, like, with Daniel's love life, I feel like him, like, not being in the best marriage, or not being in the best state in his marriage because of the fact that he barely spends any time with his wife and the kids, is maybe it's just a contrivance to make sure that his life overall is miserable. Like, genuinely, what about his job implied that it would take a lot of time from him? Like, Kevin was doing pretty well. Like, it's not like Kevin didn't have any time to spend with his buddies. So, may I ask, how's this supposed to work exactly? Because you lost me. But anyways, like, honestly, aside from the contradiction I pointed out with the whole 24 hours and the sunsetting thing, and the fact that they pretty much contrived the whole love life thing just to make his supposed better future pretty much bad all around, and also, like, I feel like the title is a bit misleading because I know the woman it's referring to. You know what? Let's listen to the dialogue before I judge.
That's great. Do you have any plans tonight?
Actually, I would love to take you out if you'd like.
I thought you'd never ask.
Hey, Dhar.
Alrighty, so at first I was gonna criticize him by saying that, oh, she could have just been a friend or stuff like that, but yeah, that definitely proves it. But like, I honestly don't really know what to say. Like, aside from the contradiction and the contrivance, I honestly don't know if there's much for me to point out. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. On the left is my most recent video, otherwise that video YouTube recommends, as also links to the channel in the video description. As always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.